Hey, what's up, 8th grade? How you doing? There's Yoda. All right, so we've been requesting a video for systems of equations, the elimination method. Had some requests for this because we were struggling a bit just learning it on Zoom. So I have this video. There's your 5 steps that we copied down earlier. If you have not copied down these 5 steps onto some piece of paper somewhere, you can access them while you're doing these problems, I would do that now. So just hit pause, copy down the 5 steps, and then start playing this video again, okay? All right, so elimination problems. There's your 5 steps, right? Okay, so we're gonna try some of these. I wish I could keep those up there while I was doing it, but I want to write big enough that you can see it. Neatness is definitely helpful with these problems. Okay. All right. So there's our system of equations. You have your 2 equations. I'm going to draw a line through the equal sign like we always do. You're not going to see any math teacher except for me telling you to do that, but I encourage you to do it anyway, okay? All right, so looking at this one, step 1 says to add the equations together to eliminate one of the variables. So the problem with these equations is there's an x and a y, which means you can't solve it. So we have to get rid of either the x or the y. And this one, you can see it's going to be really easy to eliminate. We have a 2x and a minus 2x. So you could say those x's are going to go away, all right? And we're just going to be left with y. It's going to make it really easy to solve, okay? So we're going to do that, all right? So we're just going to add straight down. 2x minus 2x is nothing, right? Those cancel out. We don't want to cross them out because we're going to use that later, okay? And I'm not going to write 0x here. You never write 0x. That means nothing, so we're not going to write it. All right, that's a 1y, right? So 1y plus 6y, that's 7y. 3 minus 24, different signs, you subtract, you get 21. The 24 is stronger, it's a negative 21, right? All right, so I just added straight down. 1 plus 6, 3 minus 24. The x's canceled out, they're gone. So now we have an equation that we can solve. So we did step 1, we eliminated the x. Step 2 says solve for our first variable. Very easy. Divide by 7, divide by 7. You get y equals negative 3, right? All right, we're already halfway done. We did step 1, we did step 2. Step 3 says plug this negative 3 back into one of the equations. I'm going to do this equation. You could plug this in either place, either into this y or this y. It says y is negative 3, so I'm going to take that negative 3. I'm going to put it where that y is, okay? Now it makes it so we can solve for x. I'm just going to recopy this equation down here. But instead of the y, we say y is negative 3. I'm going to put a negative 3 where that y was. All right, so now we have our second equation we have to solve. 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Now we just solve it. All right, the plus and minus turns into a minus. Okay? All right. So what do? Add 3 to each side. We get 2x equals 6. Easy stuff then, divide by 2. And we get x equals 3. All right, so we have our answer. We solved, this was step 4, solve for your second variable. Now we solved for the x, right? Okay, now we just write it as xy. And x is 3, y is negative 3, and there is our point. This is our answer, okay? That's the point where the 2 lines would cross if I graph them. All right, so that's elimination, how those work. So give those a try and see how you do with those, okay? If you were struggling with those, maybe this will help.